Welcome to Butterflies of Wisdom, everyone. Again, welcome to all my Spotify listeners. I know thousands of you have Spotify on your phones and have Spotify in your cars, so now you can find Butterflies of Wisdom. As Mel and I said on Tuesday with Susie in episode 100, we kind of introduced the show again, but today we're going to talk about manifesting things into the universe and using the action steps to back them up. So without further ado, I'm going to let Mel take it away, and then I'll chime in when he nicely asks me.
Well, hello, everybody. Hello. Mel here. Wynn, how you doing? I hope you're having a lovely day. So, yes, today's topic is action steps, because nothing happens until you take action. Now, this is an interesting thing, because since The Secret and the Law of Attraction that came out, it's been a practice right now that people, just kind of worldwide have this understanding that if I ask for it in the universe, it will arrive to me. I'm going to attract it. Okay, I get that. However, your attitude towards life and your chosen energy as an asset instead of a liability has a lot to do with that, and we'll explain what that means, all right? So an asset of energy in the universe would be someone who is positive and loving and giving and also equally receiving and in balance. Instead of, you don't want to just be a person constantly purging and giving all of yourself, all of your energy, and not willfully receiving equally to replenish yourself so that cycle can continue. That's one thing. A liability of energy would be somebody who's negative, who constantly isn't positive about anything, just not very loving in their own self-language and their own self-identity, and just absolutely just attracts negativity over and over and over. So it kind of just is a bad spiral, right? A bad hamster on the wheel. Okay, so let's say you are the former, right? Let's say you are an asset of energy. You're very positive, you're loving, you're good-natured, all that good stuff. But you're not willfully receiving. You feel unworthy to receive. That is not good. That's not good. Couple that with just blissing out and asking for things in the universe and not backing it up with action steps so that you attract the things that should come to you and create that momentum, you're just going to be standing there, hoping that things are going to happen. At least that's my personal philosophy on it. It's one of those things where you don't want to just sit there and bliss out and say, hey, universe, I deserve this and I want this and all this other stuff. Okay, that's fine. But if you're not doing anything to set things in motion so that you're also an asset to the universe and it helps other people, then nothing's going to come back to you. You cannot control anything in your life, but you can only control the moment you're in and the action steps you do and and may the chips fall where they are. That's really, to me, the key to the law of attraction and the action steps that you need to do in order for the law of attraction to work for you. So Wynn, do you have anything in your life that you have manifested and also either done the action steps with or didn't do the action steps with because you just didn't feel like doing it or didn't know what to do? Do you have any of the two scenarios at all?
Well, I have manifested a lot of things in my life because I'm so positive, or try to be, when it comes to cerebral palsy. People seem to like what I say. So when I write books, they automatically go to number one, not because I only have a huge fan base, but people are interested in other people's learning. And I have a special announcement for you guys. I'm actually going to announcement number one and then announcement number two. I'm actually going to read to you part of my autobiography on this podcast so you guys get a taste of my autobiography. And then second of all, I'm actually going to write a book strictly on writing books using speech dictation, because people are always curious about how I do it. And they're always curious about how I can pump out so many books. Like Mel said before we got on this call, he said, are you sure you can pump out 20 books? I just have to prioritize my books. So, and yes, in 2018, I'm going to pump out 20 books, then go through their processes. But I am planning to become a full-time writer, and when I put that out to the universe, the person who I put it out to, unbeknownst to me, she didn't tell me this. No wonder why she was so excited when I put it out to the universe for me to go back to the Academy of Arts. She used to be a teacher at the Academy of Arts teaching journalism. I did not find that out until this morning. Thank you very much. So when I put I'm going back to school for journalism, she got so excited, and when I mentioned school, she got so excited too. Now I know why, because it's a high quality school, and she is an ex-teacher, and I just think that's wonderful. So when you manifest things, you have to back it up. Like when I give you a perfect example, my financial aid came in this morning from the U.S. government. And so I thought, okay, if I'm going to finish this program, I'm going to fill out my FAFSA today. So one, it doesn't sit in my inbox. Two, I know I'm financially covered to finish this program. And so what did I do? I sat down and finished the FAFSA because I was ready to manifest finishing this program with action steps behind it. And one of the action steps is filling out the FAFSA. So, yeah, that's how 1 million people go to school. So if you want to go to school, you need to put the action steps behind you, and you need to put it on your schedule, and you need to start telling people, because you can't tell people, you can't do an action step or manifest something if you don't have the support.
Right. Not only that, you never really accomplish anything alone, right?
No.
Most of the time, anything you want to achieve, it takes a team of people that are at least directly or indirectly collaborating with your vision. I can't think of whenever I succeeded at the highest level in my career that I ever did it alone. You know, you have to drive the goal and the passion, and people need to come on board because they believe in you. That's the only way it's going to work. Even your top level individual sports athletes like golf, tennis, which are seemingly solo sports, but I can tell you they have more coaches than you can imagine for that. And so it takes a team of people for you to succeed. Now, I was just thinking, you know, in you writing 20 books, I thought to myself, okay, well, writing a book takes what? It takes patience, it takes creativity, it takes talent, you know, it takes skill, all that good stuff. Well, for me, you know, when I write or when I'm creating, my best creativity comes from when I'm inspired and when I'm doing the basic things on a routine basis so that my inspiration does come through me from within. I would imagine that the things that you would have to set in motion as action steps are not strictly just writing steps for you. Just imagine for a moment if you stopped working out, if you stopped doing PT. Okay, just imagine for a moment that if you stopped doing podcasts, and you know, and all you did was focus on writing the book. I guarantee you that disruption. I'm sorry?
You just hit my buttons.
Yeah, what I'm saying is just if you disrupt the routine by which your body and mind flow together, I guarantee it's going to be very difficult and challenging to write a quality book, let alone 20 of them, if you don't have the physical, mental, and emotional connection within yourself to do so. Your creativity is going to stifle, So
Yeah.
the action steps of your workout, the action steps of your attitude towards life, the action steps towards you doing your homework the way you're supposed to with your other educational goals, that all feeds into the law of attraction. It really does. It feeds into the momentum that you create that you're going to attract to yourself because you're an asset of energy. If you absolutely change those things about you that make you great, I guarantee it may produce a different result at the end. It may change the course of your journey, right? What do you think?
I guarantee that. I know, now I know several people that have disabilities, and someone asked me yesterday, how do you deal with your own disability? I say I'm the outsider looking in because I don't necessarily have to deal with my disability. Well, I have to deal with it in different ways. I need help on a daily basis. I need help on a daily basis getting dressed. But I don't have to deal with my disability in a sense of not being able to go to the bathroom and not being able to function. I need help getting dressed, but other than that, I can function. And I was thinking about that yesterday as I watched two people. One person is about the size of me, and then one person is a 6-foot tall guy, lift another paralyzed person off a workout table. And I said to the person who's about the size of me, I said, how is your back? And she goes, okay. And here she is, she's about the size of me, lifting a 6-foot tall guy off a workout table. And he has upper body strength, thank God, but he has no motion as to, if he falls over, he'll fall over big time. And so I was thinking that how lucky I am to manifest my disability along with the action steps I have taken throughout my life to keep my disability some at bay. And quite frankly, getting out of that preschool setting made a heck of a lot of difference to my health and my mental mindset too.
Yeah, absolutely, right. I mean, it's a matter of making sure that you have the right routine, things in place that create that momentum for you. Now, I'm not saying everybody has to work out. It's your choice not to. But if you're used to doing things that bring the best out of you, that's really what it's all about, right? I mean, if you want to be a creative success, if you want to succeed through creativity, you've got to have positive energy flowing through you. Even Stephen King, right? He writes historically I don't know what you would categorize as genre, but he's a writer of horror stories, if you will,
Yeah.
That. I would tend to think that he's a genius. His zone of genius is writing. There's got to be some things that he does to connect with himself by which he's able to do that, whether it's exercise, meditation, yoga, walks in the park, I don't know, whatever the case may be. You disrupt that process for him, and I guarantee it won't bring the best out of him, and it'll stifle his creativity. I just really, really believe that, So anyway, like myself, I always wanted, for the longest time, I thought, I want to get to a point in my career where I can work at an international level. I want to work with high-level coaching. I want to collaborate with high-level professionals who share the same service and coaching philosophy that I do. I want to reach a global audience to be able to do that. And I just worked it and grinded and worked and client after client and endured a lot of years of up and down in business. Succeeded from a brick and mortar local level. And then when the economy went down and I lost that, had to rebuild myself painstakingly again. And then what I asked for came about. And all the while, I kept working out hard. I kept taking care of myself. I kept, being connected. I kept, questioning and exploring, the things about myself that could be better. And then I met Tim Matthews from The Powerful Man, a UK-based high-level elite men's personal and professional development company. And he and I spoke together at the online super coaching conference in New York this past April. And just by watching what I do, he invited me for a conversation to see if there would be a good fit for me to be part of his organization. Fast forward, here we are from April to now. I'm now one of two coaches that are his right hand, basically his right hand people. We're at the top level. We serve clients. We work with them from all around the world. And we not only do that from a service aspect, but we have regular meetings as to what the strategy is to make us a highly successful organization. How do we get to that next level? And he is, wanting my feedback and recruiting my experiences, and is very open-minded and open-hearted to do that. Now, I asked for that. I asked for that opportunity, and it came. It arrived, and I highly believe that all the years of the successes and the losses and the failures and all that stuff, and just staying on course and believing it and working towards it and envisioning it and always moving forward no matter what detours I took, really got me that. And not only that, not just to be a person doing it, but also a person regarded with respect and reliability to grow the company at a high level. I couldn't ask for more than that. I had envisioned that for many years, and I knew at some point in my career I'd be able to do that. And that's not even including my own coaching endeavor called Fit, Love, Strong, Effective Wellness for those over 40 who want lasting results. So that's a whole other thing. And my 2018 and that endeavor is going to be very high. So none of that win would have happened had I not continued to do the basic routine things of working out, taking care of myself mentally, physically, emotionally, collaborating and asking the right questions and developing relationships with the right people, or wrong people for the matter, or just people in general, and working hard through it. And here we are. I mean, it led to me and you, right? It led to me and you. At first our conversation was I was going to be a guest, and then the conversation went from being a guest to being, hey, this might fit as a co-host. Let's give it a shot. And here we are now. What, a year later?
Yeah.
I mean, I think we started last November. I think we're coming up on 1 year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A year later.
Yay!
That's amazing. Yay.
Right.
Yay. It's lasted a year. Yay. That's amazing. And that's what you guys, we will, because we will be talking about what 2018 is going to bring us as podcasts and us in our two separate businesses too. And in 2009/2010, I had to rebuild myself. As you guys don't know this, I lost my job in 2010. Thankfully, I wasn't getting paid for it, and I lost my teaching job, my original teaching job, which for obvious reasons, some of them I still don't know to this day. I think my boss got fired. That's why I lost my job, and my boss didn't really like me. Let's just put it that way. I had a boss from him. And so in 2009, when I lost my mom to meningitis, which the hospital, I lost her to viral meningitis, she went into a medically induced coma, came out of that medically induced coma, and went back in because she was having migraine seizures, and the doctors couldn't figure out why she was having migraine seizures. They thought it was from the brain aneurysm, but turns out the brain aneurysm was fully clotted, and they went in and fixed it. And the day she was dying, she was supposed to go to the rehab for. The day she was dying, she was in the ICU. She was supposed to go to the rehab floor to start rehabbing and send her on her merry way. Now, granted, if she went into the hospital 1 week earlier, I would still have Mom. She wouldn't be disabled, but I would still have a mom at this point. And when I lost my job, now you're thinking, what does this have to do with manifesting? When I lost my job in 2009, and then my life went to shattered in 2010, I decided to go back to my roots and go back to a place where they knew my disability, they knew my family, they knew me as a person, not as a disability. And so 10 days after my mom died, I applied for the job. Well, while I was watching her die, I manifested going back to my roots / my boss's voice came into my heart and said, you need to go back. So that's why 10 days after my mom died, I reapplied for a teaching job.
Wow. That's quite the journey, my friend. Yeah.
Yeah.
And here we are.
And a lot of people think I'm crazy for applying for a job 10 days after a person died. But I
you know what? The thing is, though, it was just part of your vision anyway, and you just carried it out, right? No matter what the motivation or inspiration is, that was going to happen, and you did it. So
yeah. And luckily, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say that today I was just thinking that there's no guarantee to a healthy future. There's only a healthy present. And if anything, life just unfolds no matter how it unfolds. You can't control it. What you can control is your attitude. It is your perspective. It is your ability to get up, pick yourself up off the ground after you get knocked back, and to be reflective and proactive and not be a victim. I mean, stuff's going to happen in your life. Bad stuff's going to happen in your life. Challenging stuff's going to happen in your life. And it's important to not be victimized by that. Sure, you can grieve and be, have pain and all that stuff, but at the end of the day, you're really, all you got is really you, right? What next? What are you going to do next? You know what I mean? I've always kind of thought of it that way. And, I have some things going on with some people in my life, and I'm looking for them to get back up. I'm looking for them to take accountability and pick themselves back up and become an asset to their own personal universe and be worthy of receiving, but at the same time, give wholeheartedly, Yeah. So, no, seriously, yeah. So life does unfold, but you can't be a bystander where life is happening to you. You want to be, or for you. You don't want to leave decisions up to the world, right? You want to be happy.
No.
You want life happening through you, right? Be a conduit of awareness and energy. You know.
When I woke up at 5:40 a.m. yesterday, I decided after I get my journalism degree that I'm going to focus on me a lot more than I'm focusing on me now, because I'm doing this huge project called getting an associate's degree in journalism, and so I am going to focus on me a lot more, focus on the people that I love and the people that care about me, and focus on me and write books, and just and try my hardest to step away from education, because education and CT, even though they play nicely together, a spinal fusion and education doesn't play nicely together. I mean, if I sit too long, I get antsy. Antsy, let's just put it that way. And so I'm going to try my hardest to produce high quality books in 2018 so that I can make it to the New York Times bestseller list. But without those action steps of producing high quality books, there's no way in heck that I could manifest my dream of being a New York Times bestselling author with cerebral palsy.
Right. No, yeah, absolutely. It's there's no way that's going to happen without it, right? So, wow. Okay. So, what's on the horizon for you right now? We've got some goals for 2018. You sent me a PDF of
yes
of that. And it was pretty impressive, actually.
My goal is to continue with my journalism degree, finish that out, then I will learn to walk again. And I got over my nerve damage. Now I just need the core strength to hold my body up. And because right now, to give you guys a health update, I can stand independently and pull my pants up. I can stand independently for at least 5 minutes. So it's not my leg strength, you guys. You guys think it's my leg strength. It's my core strength that's not so strong enough.
You know, you're working at it real hard all the time, and you're making it happen. So, walk me through some of those workouts, man. Give me an idea of what it is that you do in a typical workout.
Well, in a typical PT session, I get on what's called the Galileo tilt table, which, for those of you, I equate it to the disabled version of a power plate or Bible gym. For those of you who have sat on a power plate or sat on a Bible gym and turned it on, and it goes short intervals in high speed intensity, that's what the Galileo tilt table is, and it decreases my tone. So therefore, my muscle spasms go down to like 10, and after the Galileo tilt table, then I do standing independently for at least 10 minutes, and then I do squats. Actually, squats for me, standing independently is a new thing. I have to do that in a controlled environment, and then I walk in a 45-pound exo at the end just to train my gait. just to get me in normal gait pattern.
Right. So.
And I do that workout twice a week, Mondays and Wednesdays, and then Tuesdays and Thursdays I stand independently for at least 10 minutes to keep up the standing independently. I already did that today. I'll probably do it again once we get off this call. So, yeah.
That's awesome. So, okay. All right. So you've got your stand-up exercises and whatnot. Do you do any resistance training with bands or free weights or anything like that at all? Because I'm trying to envision exactly how you do your workouts on top of the rehab stuff. Is there anything like that they put you through?
No, they should.
No?
They should, quite frankly.
Any reason why they don't?
I'm going to, because my car's not, people think my car's not strong enough, and it isn't, but it's getting there. And I'm going to get on that case on Monday, and you guys heard this publicly, that time to bring resistance training in.
Okay. Because, I would tend to think that, it's awesome that you're doing the walking, with the exercise program that, with an end goal of having you stand and walk.
Yeah.
But like anything, there's a whole lot more to you than just walking, right? I mean, you've got a lot of other limbs that I think that should be addressed.
And
that's just me. I'm not at your program. I don't know what you guys do, but I think you should do it.
Yeah, I agree with you. I definitely agree with you. And then, unfortunately, the PT who I worked with on Monday was trained in Sweden under a completely different system. Under a completely different system, she thinks American healthcare sucks. One, and she's admitted that. She's completely admitted that. She loves the Swedish healthcare. I also think she's never, ever worked with CP in her life until myself and my BFF. Never, ever worked with CP in her life until myself and my BFF came into this program. And she's never, ever worked with the paralyzed either. So that's a little bit of a challenge, having a PT who was trained completely different than American standards, and then never, ever worked with CT. So me and this PT play nicely together, but not play nicely well together. Like yesterday, she was asking me, well, what do you get in the poll? And I said no. And I told them why. And I'll tell you guys why. Because as I was recovering from my back surgery, I had a PT at 7 a.m. stick me in a pool with an open wound in my back. And that sealed the deal for me in pools and PT and pools. That sealed the deal for me and pools. I like the ocean much better. Walking in the ocean, perfectly fine. I'm perfectly fine with that. Walking in pools and yeah. So I had a PT who wasn't light box, right? Her father, my old PT father practically killed me day one. Day one, he practically killed me because he told my mom that she had Braxton Hicks. Turns out she was going into premature labor.
Mm.
Yeah.
Wow.
So this PT's father who stuck me in the pool with the open wound on my back tried to kill me day one, moment one. And this PT's father still had cancer, and he was still practicing. So, yep, and the apple doesn't fall from the tree. And then I had another PT who I'm now no longer working with because she's not at the Tomass Club. I wish she was. But when the Aspen Club reopens, we'll reassess the whole PT situation and Bridging Bionics situation. But right now, the Aspen Club doesn't look like it's going to be opening its doors anytime soon. So, yeah, that's a long story and stuff. So, right now, I am, you guys, I'm a terrible student when it comes to PT. I'm slowly getting back to the point where I actually like PT because of the EXO, but people have always done weird stuff with me because, when I had my second back operation, I brought my own PT in with me because I knew this was going to be a fight if I didn't. Because most non-disabled adults that have the spinal fusions end up living in a wheelchair anyway. So when I had my first spinal fusion back in '06 when I was on the recovery floor, they didn't even want to teach me how to walk up and down stairs.
Wow.
So, yeah. So that's my PT history in a nutshell. That's why I don't necessarily like PT because, the mishaps I've had with PT and bringing my own PT into the room and watching her do what she does. When I had my second back operation, she was my original PT in '87, quite frankly, believe it or not. And so watching her did what she did, and I'm like, okay, this is going to work again. We're going to do this again. But with the PTs not be willing to understand my situation, that's a tough one.
Yeah.
And trust me,
Sounds like
I advocate for myself. They still don't understand my situation.
Okay.
They still, the PT lights haven't quite got tricky on that because a lot of these PTs, other than, because I've asked these PTs, I said, what do you do outside the Bridging Bionics Foundation? And two of them, I think all three of them actually work at our local old age home, quite frankly. And so on the days they're not working with the Bridging Bionics Foundation, they're down the valley working with either the Bridging Bionics Foundation or they're working in the old age home.
Right. Well, it's just you gotta just keep plugging away, Lynn. Right? Gotta keep working.
Keep teaching people about CT hint. God, I always feel like I'm teaching people about CPN and
Right.
it doesn't stop. Jeez.
Well, it all comes back to the actions, that back up
Yeah.
the manifestation and intention. So good for you.
Yeah.
That's basically all I have on, just make sure that you reverse engineer the goal that you want. Okay. If you're trying to achieve something, reverse engineer the steps to get there and do one a little bit at a time and allow, as life is unfolding, to kind of go with the flow, but always stay in the right direction moving forward. Don't be afraid to fall forward and don't be afraid to fail forward. And that's it.
That's it. And I highly agree with it now. And then next week, you guys, we're going to be talking about 2018, believe it or not. Yes, I said 2018, believe it or not. And I may bring one of my books that's already lately edited. I'll see if I can get back from my editor by next week. If not, I can read you guys the gallery copy so you guys can have a sense of what my next book is all about that's coming out at Thanksgiving. Yeah. We'll just leave it at that. It's basically a novel about my 11 years in teaching preschool. Yeah. We'll just leave it at that. So I will see what I can do about that, and then I'll if my editor proceeds not to give me the full copy, I will give you guys the gallery copy. So when you can at least get a taste of it, and so when it comes out on Amazon, you guys will know where to buy it and where to find it, and hopefully in 2018, if not definitely 2019, I will become a New York Times bestselling author. Now, granted, those action steps will take a lot. They say you have to sell a certain amount of books, but the way I'm doing it, and now with the podcast growing in leaps and bounds, I believe we can do it. Right. And I say we because it's going to take a village to do it.
Well, there you go. Pretty awesome, my friend. Okay.
Pretty awesome.
Sounds
and
good.
So we'll talk to you guys next week about 2018. I'll probably be back on this podcast with more interviews next week. And so we'll talk to you guys next week about our 2018 intentions. Bye, you guys.
Take care.